Hello, welcome to another episode of Writing in Cars with Books. I'm Jaclyn.
And I'm Phillip.
What? Okay, today we are discussing Season of the Bruja. This was published by Oni Press, written by Duran, and art by Sara.
And it was a real brouhaha.
Bruja. Season of the Bruja. So, a little bit about the book. I'm just going to read from the back before you question me. From the time she was young, Althalia's abuela, Isadora, taught her their culture. There was music, food, history, and there was magic. Althalia comes from a long line of brujas, tracing back to a time long before the conquistadors invaded Mexico. Along with her two companions, Dana, a were-coyote, and Chewy, a Chupacabra, Althalia uses her abuela's training to help and protect others from all manner of spirits, demons, and hell beasts. However, the real enemy is a very human and very near. Watching from afar, shrouded in holy cloth, Althalia encounters her most dangerous enemy yet, in the form of a priest and his cardinal, who both seek one thing: the deconstruction of every bruja on earth. So, that is the synopsis.
Da, da, da.
What did you think of the Bruja?
I enjoyed it. What'd you think?
I enjoyed it too. End video.
End scene. We're done. All right. Thanks for the.
So I enjoyed the art the most. It was very colorful and beautiful, and I loved her expressions when she would get excited. Her big old eyeballs would just be little black dots. The art was really, really pretty, and all the creatures.
Yeah, it definitely was very, very colorful.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I thought they did it. I enjoyed the book. I liked it a lot. I like a lot of witch books.
It was 5 single issues.
Right. I guess the one thing that I felt like is that, like, this is all in one volume, and I felt like it should have been longer, maybe. Like, we didn't really, like, we talked, like, you mentioned when you were reading the back, like the Chupacabra and stuff. But if you didn't read the back, you really wouldn't have known that it was the Chupacabra, right?
I didn't until I just read it.
Right. So it was things like that I was like, I wish they would have expanded on, and even like the villains and the other mystical planes that they went to.
Yeah,
there was characters.
A lot of planes.
There was a lot of characters there that are just thrown at you with very little introduction. And so I would have liked to know more. And once again, I got the story, right? Like, I like the writing, I like the art, I got the story. I would have just liked more expansion on that.
In the universe.
In the universe itself, right? So, like, by the time we got to the end of this story, I would have liked that to have been the end of volume 2.
Yeah.
Like, the first
the ending
2
was
or
really
3.
Rushed.
Yeah, like the first 2 or 3 issues of this, to me, should have been like the 5 or 6 issues. And then the second half of this should have been its own.
But you could have even expanded on her magic, because Althalia, like, didn't really know how to use her magic, and her abuela was trying to teach her, and maybe she wasn't listening, but also something happened to her grandmother, and she's like, well, now what do I do?
Right.
So it's kind of rushed in that sense of she no longer had her teacher, and she's trying to get her back. So it was also a story about grief and how Althalia was dealing with that grief, and she wasn't dealing with it very well.
So, Oni, if you hear this, you need to let them expand on this a lot. You need to help these creators out and let them expand on this, because I think the universe that they have here is great. Like, show that page. Like, the universe they have here is great. I think everything is laid out well. I like all the characters. It definitely deals with grief and character growth.
Yeah. I would have liked more before everything happened, like more magic building, like what her powers are and what her friends do and stuff like that. Like you were saying, right. More growth leading up to the conflict, and then the resolution seemed to happen really quickly.
Right.
But it's a good, complete story.
Yeah, it's a good, complete story. But I even think the resolution, like, there's so much to even come after that, right? Like, I think
this wasn't really resoluted.
Yeah. Like, this was, yeah. Like like this was 5 issues, and coming from me, this is going to probably sound weird for anyone who knows me because I love the endings of things. So like, you get to like the first, it's a 5-issue series. You get the first 4 issues, and like the 5th issue is what I really love. This was 5 issues that should have been 12 to me.
Yeah.
Like there was enough going on. There was enough great characters that in there, and once again, you still got everything. That's not the thing. Like I picked it all up, but I would have liked to have seen
More.
visually a lot more of what's going on in here.
So here's all the characters. There was these 2, they were kind of like familiars, I guess, these 2 animals. One of them was linked to the abuela, and so when something happened to her, something happened to the animal, and I think I would have liked that maybe a little bit more.
Right.
Because Althalia was trying to figure out what's going on. But they were cute. It was like a frog and a little dragon.
Well, it was like a winged tiger.
Yeah.
That could grow, and that was
yeah,
really
this little
cool.
frog creature had wings and this little cat dragon thing. But
if you like witchy stories,
I really liked it.
Yeah, this is done really well. It's handled with the culture of that really well, and it's also about friendship and secrets.
Yeah.
Right. So that also kind of plays into this, and sometimes you keep a secret from somebody, especially one of your close friends, and you think it's for their own good, but when those secrets come out, was it really for their own good? And how can someone be hurt by that? Because you knew something important about them that they didn't know and they've always wanted to know.
I think it's interesting commentary that the villains are a priest.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
But there's so much lore.
But what's funny is like the priest in this, which is kind of the beginning of the villain, which hates magic but also has magical properties. But once again, it's about my magic, right? Mm-hmm. My magic is fine. All the other magic is bad.
Yeah. Look at this. It's beautiful.
Yeah. The art in this book is amazing.
It was
really there's pretty. One of the familiars.
Yeah.
With
I feel like I don't really have much to say except for like I liked it. I liked the characters.
That's her familiar, right? Yeah. The main character's familiar. It's
the blue dragon one was abuela's. Wasn't it?
No, the frog.
Oh.
The frog was the grandmother.
Oh, okay.
The blue tiger dragon thing was the main characters.
See, and this is the Chupacabra before he transforms to his human form.
Right. Yeah, they have the mystical properties of where they can look human.
Yeah. But yeah, like I don't really have much else to say. So I liked it. The art was beautiful. It was a magical story. I liked the culture and the food. A lot of the language was incorporated into the story, and it wasn't one of those like where they translated everything for you, so you just had like context clues of what they were saying. And I appreciate that because I feel more involved in the story when it's like that.
Yeah. Like I said, it's a good complete story. I would have just seen more, right?
And maybe they were planning on having a second
and maybe there is, because there's also these 2 other mystical creatures that are like on a higher plane, and it's like one of them is almost, it's not like Lucifer, it's more like a Loki type. And then like it's like a brother and a sister almost, and they're playing games with these people, and like I said, they're on a different plane, but they're part of that mystical, and there's so much about them too that I would like to know more about. Because there's 2 people talking throughout this book, and you're like, which characters are these? And it's those characters.
Yeah.
And you're like, who are these 2 people? When you get near the end, you're like, oh, that's who they are.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of good elements in this story, and I don't read a ton of fantasy, but I enjoyed it. I think my fantasy needs to have pictures so I can better understand it. And hello, this one has pictures.
And this was done by Oni Press, and the creators are
Duran and Sara. I said that earlier.
I know. I just wanted to say it again while we're out here
Oh,
at the end.
sometimes I'm like, you think I don't say it? I didn't know.
Never hurts.
But we recommend it.
Yes.
It came out in 2022, so it's still not that old.
It did come out right, like you said. It came out as single issues first, and then
the trade came out in 2022.
Yep, trade came out in 2022.
Yeah. So check it out if you're interested.
Go to your local shop, find it, or ask for it at your local library.
Absolutely. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.